Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Happy rainy Tuesday here. It's not raining right now, but we got some rain late last night and sometime during the night while I was sleeping. Not a storm like we had. Jack, you done got stuff on me here. Working on eating these cookies and he's getting a little sloppy. Uh, Anywho, it's gonna be what rainy day looks like, but that's okay because I got some indoor plans. I'm going to be working on my little sharpening system. I think today did some measuring on that thing. I'm gonna be able to make a plywood base for it, and the thing where I can set everything up and then get that repeatability that I need. So let's see who is joining us on this rainy Tuesday. We got Mark Lindsay. How you doing, Mark? How you coming on your shop shed? George Rothfuss. Good morning. Cool start to August. Yeah, it's pretty nice. It's really nice. I don't know if y'all can hear the. It sounds like it's raining on this metal roof out here, but it's actually, I think, just the breeze blowing the trees and the water falling out of the trees. Mr. LB Sharp is here this morning. Good morning, LB. Clyde C&C's here. Good morning, Clyde. Mr. Paul Stewart's here. Let's see how y'all doing on thumbs up. Yeah, y'all doing pretty good. There's a few slackers over there. We got 14 watching on YouTube and only 9 thumbs up. Let's see. Thomas Grimm is here. Good morning, Thomas. Good morning, Marcello. Mr. Larry Galt's here. Says, good morning, folks. I think the rain has finally stopped. We got 4.5 inches over the last couple of days. I don't know how much we got on that big storm. What did I say it was? Saturday morning at about 4 a.m. But man, it rained buckets in. Keep having to dump my wheelbarrow out. That's my rain gauge. I have a wheelbarrow sitting out there, and I should turn it upside down where it don't get water in it, but I have to keep dumping it out so the mosquitoes don't get crazy, which they're pretty much crazy anyway around here. Mr. David Burnett's here. Good morning, David. Good morning, Jesse. There's Diana Carpenter. Hey, Diana. Hi, Leslie. This is her new rescue dog. Got a cute little old, I don't know what he is. He's all, or she, I should say. She's all ears. Mr. Gary Hammett is here this morning. Good morning, Gary. Mr. Kevin Els. Good morning, Kevin. Mr. Bruce Foley. How you doing, Bruce? It says, hi, David, session ears. Mr. Ryan Ballard, my favorite solar man. How you doing, Ryan? Gary Hammett says, y'all must have keep the rain below I-20. We didn't get any. Yeah, probably so, because it's and he's talking about below south of Interstate 20, for those of you who don't know. I am south, and I believe Mr. Hammond is north. Bart Bixel's here this morning. How you doing, Bart? Good to see you. Troy Pritchard. Yeah, now we're talking on them thumbs up. Heck yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Wild Bill Larison's here this morning. Oh, we got a big crowd today. Coffee Sessions is pretty full today. Bob Sims is here. How you doing, Bob? Mike Sills. Good morning, Mike. Mark says, I won't be able to paint for a couple of weeks. What's the hold up, man? There's Jim Sinicola. Jim, you got any new updates on the rotary axis? I haven't heard anything in a while. Grant Clark. Good morning, sir. Oh, got the camper at a local campground trying it out. Well, good deal. Good deal. Look, buddy, I done gave you all of them. They're gone. Time to sit down and chill now. Matt Awesomewood thinks Hoss says, hi, Dave, more coffee, please. I got a good full cup right here, buddy. Gary says he's about 30 miles north of I-20. Well, you're not all that far from me then. We're practically neighbors. I mean, for crying out loud. There's Russ Meadows in the house. How you doing? I feel you, brother. I know what it's like, especially these days. I'm giving new meaning to the word shoestring budget. Let's see. Russ is here. Did I say good morning to him? I think I did. Good morning, Russ. Feel free to hit him up, Sherwin Williams. Sponsored live, yeah. I'm sponsored by Jack. That's about the only sponsorship I have. But no, today's going to be old crummy rainy day, I think. But I've already done some measuring, took a few notes. Took me a piece of plywood that I had. It's not the good stuff, but it's like 5/8 sheeting stuff. But that'll be good enough for just making a base for that thing, because it's going to get stuff all over it anyway. And of course, I got to do some more research, which is my code word of saying I'm going to be watching YouTube videos. In fact, I started just a minute ago. I already started watching Mike Walt, a great turner from UK over there. Love his live streams. They're so informative, and I feel like he's my teacher, because he really takes the time to. He don't just do a live stream and turn something. He's teaching folks. Yeah, I'm really liking that. Diana says, yeah, Jack, he's right here still begging. I don't know what. Let me put the camera on him. Maybe he wants a little camera time. Here, there you go, buddy. You see, he's right. I don't have any more. I only brought those 4, and they're gone. He must have miscounted. He thinks there's. Yeah, you can look around down there, but they're gone, buddy. That's it. You already had them all. Yeah, speaking of live streams, I started talking about this yesterday, and I think I got sidetracked. But I've decided that, at least for me personally, there are too many live streams on YouTube because I can't watch them all. I want to, but I just can't do it. Not and get anything done. And it's not like I comment and carry on a conversation with anybody that much. So it doesn't really matter whether I watch them live or not. But I just don't. They just don't have the same appeal to me when you're watching them on the replay. But man, there's just so many of them. And of course, I was going to ask you guys yesterday, and again, I think I got sidetracked. Um, I was going to ask how many people watch the virtual, what is it? What do they call it? The virtual craft festival um, on Saturday. And see, that's the problem. They do it on, well, I mean, I guess that's a good day for them to do it, but it's like if you want to sit and watch them all and support all their channels, you don't get anything done because you're just sitting there. But Jack, I do not have any more, buddy. But as soon as we go back in, I will get you a big old treat. I promise. I promise. Um, they had the virtual craft festival, because they can't do a real meet and greet thing like they used to. So they do everything virtually, and it's kind of cool the way they do it. It's in fact because they had like 16 makers, and it's all different stuff. Some of it was wood turning, some of it was resin casting, some of it was, I don't even know what some of it was because I didn't watch all of it. The ones that weren't something I was interested in, I didn't watch. But they started it, I think on my time, I think it started at about 10 or 11 a.m. and then went till all day long. And Carl Jacobson, because he's way out on the left coast out there. He was the last one. Jamie Page did one. Jake Thompson, Wayne the Woodturner, just a whole bunch of folks. But it was 16 hours solid of live streams if you wanted to do it. Well, one thing I've noticed, Mark, about these craft festivals, and I could be wrong, maybe I've just missed it, but I don't think they ever invite anybody to do one that's a CNC guy. You know how us CNC guys, we're like redheaded stepchildren. It's not real woodworking. So, but anyway, those are fun to watch. And then Mike Walt has been doing these live streams where they're basically a teaching session, and they might run an hour and a half, 2 hours, sometimes 3 hours, where he'll pick like a certain tool. Like I was watching one the other day, and he was using the skew. So that's all he talked about that whole time. He's showing on his lathe. He's got a bunch of different camera setups, and he's showing, his technique on how to use the skew and what you can do to get you in trouble and get a catch. And I've learned so much watching that guy. Like I said, I feel like he's my teacher, even though he's across the pond there. So anyway, I see Larry spotted the bowl glued up back there. I always turn the wrong way. Back, I always put my finger the wrong way. Yeah, right back there. Yeah, I got it all glued up. I may let it set today because I want to get that sharpening system, thing figured out with my jigs and all that stuff and get everything sharpened up good before I start that. So, yeah, marathon live stream. Yeah, it's basically what it is because you can sit down and they even have like a playlist where you can go click on the first one and you don't even have to go find the other ones. It just, when one ends, because they're all on different YouTube channels, or so when so and so does one on his channel, as soon as his ends, then you got to go find the other YouTube channel. But I watched several of them. A lot of them I didn't get to catch live because I was busy doing stuff. I missed Mark Lindsay's live stream live. I've seen a little bit of it on the replay, but I still haven't got to finish all of that. But Okay, Mark says, Jamie asked me for the first one. I'm kind of surprised Jake hasn't done a CNC project for the virtual. I tell you, Jake's into the resin stuff because the one he did this past Saturday was about resin casting and resin casting accessories and stuff like that. And he's made a. I don't know if you follow him much, Mark, or watch his videos, but he he's got that gigantic shop out there, and he took like a corner of it, I think, and made a separate room where that's his resin casting room, and he's making it like a studio. He's got, you ought to watch it, see. I don't know if any of it would apply to your shop shed or not, but you might be able to get some ideas. But he's taken this foam egg, it looks like that foam egg carton step that's like to get rid of the echo, because this shop was so big he had a terrible echo. But in this separate room that he's using as resin casting in a studio, he's got a big TV hung up from the ceiling, and he's got the camera, all the different camera angles, and he's put all these what do you call them, sound insulation stuff. He's hung that up, and it's made a tremendous difference. He's still got a little bit of echo out in his shop, but I mean, he's not going to get rid of that because it costs him a fortune to put all that stuff on that. Plus, it'd get dusty and stuff, I would think. But yeah. Yeah, Clyde says all the videos you do for Vectric, Mark, they should build you a studio. Well, maybe maybe when you hurry up and get that shop done, you can get in on that craft festival stuff. He subbed to Jake, but hadn't had time to watch much YouTube at all. Well, I watch in between doing stuff, like yesterday, I was gluing this thing up. So I would come out here and I would glue up a ring. And then I would go in the house and tell Alexa to set a timer for, I don't know, 30, 45 minutes, something like that. And then I'd watch YouTube videos. And then when Alexa's timer went off, I'd get up and come down here and put another layer on, and do it that way. I got it fairly straight. I turned it on a while ago. It wobbles a little bit, but I mean, it's all those segmented layers. So it's not, it doesn't, I mean, I cranked it up full speed. So on the first pulley, and it'll run, true enough to not fly off the lathe, so, which is a good thing. But yeah, go check out, when you go to his channel, you'll see the ones where he's done recently about doing his, I don't know what to call it. He calls it his resin casting studio, I think. But you might get some ideas from, of course, I don't know, with your place being a whole lot smaller, the dust would get in those things and all. He only did the sound echo cancellation stuff in the resin casting room because it will stay much cleaner than out there in his shop. Although he does have some, he's got dust collection running everywhere. Huge shop. One of the biggest, probably the biggest shop I've ever seen anybody on YouTube. Except for maybe some of those big superstar YouTubers that I don't even watch. Those guys, they don't do anything that's relevant to old Dave, so I don't watch them. Have I got a link to Jake's channel? I will get one, just because you asked. Take me a minute here. This computer's a little slow. I think it's just his name. Yeah, it is. Let me get the link and put it in there for you. And let's see, Bob, you're on YouTube, so you should have it. That's it right there. Jake Thompson. His when you go to his YouTube, it says Northside Custom Crafts, but his YouTube name is just Jake Thompson. Yeah, he's got DIY acoustic sound panels, cheap and easy echo cancellation. Cheap, and he's got another video where he's doing the cheap acoustic foam test. It's pretty interesting. Let's see. Ryan says, I'm a superstar YouTube personality, killing it with 40 view videos. Hey, nothing wrong with that. I get about 30 views on these coffee sessions, I think. This one might get a lot more, though, because it says there's 27 watching right now. I don't usually get that many, I don't think. Not on YouTube. Now, there's 32 total, but see, the Facebook ones don't count for nothing. Yeah, Bob says, wow, what a clean shot. Yeah, you almost think he doesn't ever do anything out there. Because it's always so clean. Darren says he went to college for audio engineer. Will be cool to check out. Yeah, you probably get a lot of, it'd probably be really interesting to you to watch that. Oh, is that what it was? I wondered what the deal was. Used to be into drag racing, and he built that shop to work on race cars. He had one too many crashes and had to retire from it. I can understand that. I like Jake. I don't think I've ever met him in person. I don't know if he was at that last. Mark, do you remember? Was he at that last wood show that you and I were at? I can't remember. There's so many people. Some of them I can remember that I met in person, and some of them I can't. They're just so many people at those things. Back when they used to, I guess I'll say the old normal. Back when we were living in the old normal. Hey, there's Janet. How you doing, Janet? Good to see you. Jake has only been into woodworking for about 4 or 5 years. Yeah. I tell you what, though, he's got the stuff. That shop is, he's got the bandsaws that he had, and he has 2 of them, identical bandsaws. I mean, and they're not like El Cheapo bandsaws. They're like really nice bandsaws. And I'm like, holy cow, man. It's top-notch equipment. And then he's got a Harbor Freight lathe that was given to him by somebody, and he still uses it. So that's kind of weird because you look at his stuff. He's got I think he's got like a Laguna CNC, the bandsaws, and what else he got? I mean, just everything he has is top notch. But yeah, he's an up and comer, as they say. Grant Clark says, trying to switch over to Linux CNC, but it is a steep learning curve. The only thing I can say is why. The Linux CNC stuff, the guys that use it swear by it. But if you're already used to that, it's cool. I get it. But for somebody who doesn't know anything about it, and then to go, oh, I'm going to switch to Linux, I don't have time to learn all that stuff. Not when I already know all the other stuff I know that works. I'm not gonna do it. Ain't nobody got time for that. Mark says he wasn't at the Atlanta. I didn't think he was. I didn't think so. I remember some of the Texas folks, Michael Chipser. I think Jerry Brown was there. Yeah. So that's where he gets it. I wonder, I always wonder when I see people that just have, it just seems like they have an endless thing of money. I'm like, man, where do they get all that money? They selling drugs or something? how they do that? Windows ruined 2 of my jobs. Okay. I'm not even going to say anything. Nah, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. Go ahead and switch to Linux. Man, I watched. My time's almost up here. Did y'all watch? And I noticed I don't think he's on here tonight or today. Dennis Nolan. He was talking about his Gatton crash, and he sent me a link to that video right before I went live yesterday morning. And right after the coffee session, in fact, I was sitting right here. I just loaded it up right here and watched it. Man, was that painful to watch. And I hope that dude realizes how lucky he was, because that could have been a serious, fire and stuff like that. Yeah. Tough to watch that one. But it doesn't, I shared it. I thought he was going to share it, and I looked, and he hadn't shared it. So I went ahead and shared it to the Facebook group, because I hope some people will watch that and learn something from it. You can't, and I'm guilty of this myself. I say it all the time. I hit the button and then I go do something else. But I am never, ever out of earshot or not watching it on a camera. And I think he had his iPhone or something set up recording it, but he'd gone into supper, gone in to eat. Oh, man, you just can't. And really, to me, if I had a choice, I'd rather have it where I can hear it than see it. I don't really care if I see it or not. I want to be able to hear it. But when I go, let me shut this silly thing off. There we go. When when you're listening to it, you can tell. You can tell when it's messing up. And the only time I have it on my camera where I can't really hear it, I mean, if it's dead quiet, I can barely hear it. But that's when I'm in my office. But my office is all the way at the other end of the house. And, the shop or the garage is on the other end. But that's why I put a security camera right above the door, pointing right at my Gatton. And I can, if I'm running my Avid, I can see the whole shop good enough to keep an eye on it. But I never have it where I can't do at least one of those things, either listen to it or see it on a camera. And of course, the other time is if I'm out there in the garage, I hit the button and I've got my back turned, but I'm obviously hearing it because it's right there. So I don't know. That was scary. That was pretty scary. Yeah, I thought the whole Z thing was going to fall off. Um, just shows you how tough those Gatton CNCs are, though, because it just kept plowing right on through stuff, and I'm like, oh, get out there and turn that dang thing off. But Marcello's going to go play golf. Well, it must not be raining where you're at. Of course, it doesn't rain on a golf course anyway, does it? I don't think so. Yeah, not brave enough to leave the CNC going and leave. Yeah, and you shouldn't. Like I said, unless you're going to walk away for a few minutes where you can still hear it, or you got a camera pointed at it and you're looking at that camera. Only way. All right, that was my time. It's time to get out of here. I got to go do some research and get my little sharpening system figured out so I can get all these tools sharp so I don't screw up that's taken me so long to cut all those segments and um, glue up the rings and now put the rings together. It takes a long time to do one of them, and then you turn it and it doesn't take that long for that part. So hopefully it'll turn out good enough that I can won't be embarrassed to show it. We'll see. All right, I'm getting out of here. Everybody have a good Tuesday. Stay dry, and we will see y'all tomorrow for Hump Day. See y'all.